Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're a plant collector who's always on the hunt for something truly unique, then you're gonna love this. Today we're diving into the story of a really fascinating and, believe it or not, manageable aloe that comes from the incredible cliffs of Oman. So, if you're into collecting succulents, especially aloes, I'm pretty sure you've run into this one very common problem. It starts with total excitement, but it often ends with a bit of a space issue. Does this sound familiar? You spot this gorgeous aloe, you bring it home, and then before you know it, it's turned into a monster that's taking over your entire living room. A lot of aloe species just get way too big for a typical home collection. But what if there was an alternative? One that gives you all that beauty without the massive footprint. Well, say hello to Aloe praetermissa. This species from Oman is pretty much the elegant solution we've all been looking for. Its leaves usually top out between 28 and 45 centimeters, so it stays perfectly manageable. And get this, it's even known to flower in cultivation when it's only half its mature size. How cool is that? So, what's the backstory here? Well, this species was only officially described back in 2002 by the botanists McCoy and Lovranos. Before that, everyone thought it was a completely different species, Aloe inermis. It just goes to show you, the world of botany is still full of these hidden identities and amazing new discoveries. Now, to really get what makes this aloe so special, we've got to look at where it comes from. I mean, its home environment in Oman has shaped it into the tough, fascinating plant that it is today. Aloe praetermissa calls the Dhofar Province in southern Oman home. You'll find it clinging to limestone cliffs anywhere from sea level all the way up to 1,000 meters. And the climate? It's pretty extreme. It gets drenched for a few weeks by monsoon rains, but the rest of the year is just incredibly dry. Oh, and here's a fun little fact. The local dromedaries and cattle totally ignore it, so you never find any plants that have been chewed up. And this comparison right here, wow. It shows you the incredible power of that monsoon. On the left, that's a plant at the end of a long, punishing dry season. The source material literally calls its appearance pitiful. But just look at the photo on the right. After the rains hit, it completely transforms, just bursting with new life. What an amazing comeback. Okay, now we're getting to one of the weirdest, most unusual things about this aloe. Its growth cycle is, well, it's not what you'd expect at all. It's almost like it's two different plants rolled into one. That's right. Most aloes have a pretty straightforward life. They start as a seedling and they grow into a rosette. But Aloe praetermissa? It totally breaks the mold. It has two completely distinct stages of development. It all starts like this. As a little seedling, its leaves are arranged in two simple, flat rows. You might hear botanists call this a distichous arrangement. It makes the young plant look way more like a fan than what you'd picture for an aloe. And what's really fascinating is how long this phase can stick around. The plant can just keep on growing in this fan shape for a surprisingly long time. Some have even been seen flowering while they're still in this juvenile stage, which for an aloe is super unusual. Then, later on in its life, it finally decides to make the switch. The plant starts growing its leaves in a spiral, forming that classic, familiar rosette shape we all associate with aloes. It's a total transformation. Okay, so we've seen how it survives out there in the wild, but what does that all mean for growing it at home on your windowsill? Well, the good news is it's actually surprisingly easy. Really, the key to success is just to copy its natural cycle. It's easy to grow from seed. You'll want to give it the most water during its main growth periods in the spring and autumn when the humidity is a little higher. And then when it gets really hot and dry, expect it to go dormant. That's its rest period. It's just like it's back in Oman. That's your signal to just ease up on the watering for a bit. Now, when it flowers, you're probably going to see a pretty dramatic difference depending on where it's growing. Out in its natural habitat after that monsoon, the flower stalk, or inflorescence, if you want to be technical, can get massive. We're talking up to 1 meter high. But in cultivation, as you can see on the right, it's usually a much more modest, manageable size. And trust me, it is worth the wait. The plant puts out these beautiful, delicate little orange flowers. It's such a great reward for taking the time to understand and care for this really unique species. But wait, there's more. Just when you think you've got this plant figured out, nature throws another curveball. There is one more incredible little secret about Aloe praetermissa that you can find hiding out there in the wild. Would you just look at this? This is the striata form. It's a naturally occurring version that has these stunning, cream-colored stripes running down its leaves. It's the exact same species, just with this incredibly beautiful and rare pattern. As the source material puts it, sometimes a striped striata form is found in nature among the normally dark green plants. Can you imagine hiking along those limestone cliffs in Oman and just stumbling across one of these? It's just an amazing reminder of the incredible diversity that can be hidden inside a single species. The story of Aloe praetermissa, from its crazy survival tactics to its two-faced growth, and this rare striped form, is just a perfect example of nature's ingenuity. It really, really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other beautiful secrets are still out there hiding in the wild, just waiting for us to find them? Thanks for joining me.